Alright guys, let's do some gel polish, but this time on natural nails. And yep, on the dominant hand. Let's go. First, I'm using a super soft high grit file, perfect for natural nails. I'm just shaping them gently. Now I'm taking an orange stick and gently pushing back the cuticles. Just nice and easy. No pressure, we're not trying to scrape anything off. Just lifting them up a little bit so the nail surface looks clean. I like to double check and make sure there's no little bits or snags hiding under the cuticle. Everything should feel nice and smooth before we move on. Next, I'm applying a bit of cuticle remover just to soften things up a little. It makes it way easier to clean everything nicely without hurting the skin. Now I'm using a cuticle pusher and I'm being super gentle with it, no pressure at all. Just softly pushing the cuticle back, nice and slow, and I'm doing the same thing on all the nails. That's good enough. Now it's time to trim the cuticles. I like using scissors. They give a cleaner, more precise look than a nipper, but honestly, use whatever feels more comfortable for you. Don't forget, we're working on the dominant hand, so yeah, it might feel a bit awkward. Just take your time, be patient with it, and don't rush. Slow and steady always gives better results. One of the main reasons gel polish lifts is not having a clean, professional manicure. Using a loop pusher, I gently go over the nail surface, super light. No pressure at all. If there's any tiny bit of skin left under the cuticle, this helps clean it up nicely. Just keep it soft and controlled. We're not trying to scrape, just tidy things up. Now I'm just wiping the nails clean. You can use a lint-free wipe or a bit of cleanser. Make sure there's no dust or residue left before we move on. So after we finish the manicure, it's time to buff the nail surface. I'm using a soft buffer to gently take off the shine. No need for heavy pressure or anything harsh. Just enough to remove the natural oils and that glossy layer. I make sure to get rid of all the dust, really clean everything up. You can even wash your hands at this point if you want, just to make sure the nails are totally clean. Next, I'm applying the dehydrator not just on the nail surface, but also a little under the cuticle and around the skin. This helps remove any oils from the nail, which is super important because honestly, the second most common reason for lifting is leftover oils on the nail plate. Now I'm applying the bonder gel. It's basically the same as primer. Just make sure if you're using a primer, it's gel specific and acid free. When you're applying the bonder, here's what to keep in mind. Use only a tiny bit. Don't overload the brush. Don't wipe it on the bottleneck. Just lightly sweep the brush across the nail, almost like you're dusting it. And most importantly, keep about a 1 millimeter distance from the skin and cuticle area. Now it's time for the base coat. You don't want too much or too little product. The right amount really matters, because even that can cause lifting. Apply it slowly and carefully, and make sure it never touches the skin. That's another big reason why lifting happens. If you're still new to this, leave about a 1 millimeter gap around the edges. It'll give you better control. Okay guys, sometimes the base might accidentally touch the skin. It happens. But if it does, you've got to clean it all off with a cleanser. Start over with your primer or bonder, and then reapply the base. You know why? Because once that area gets slippery or wet, no matter how much you try to fix it, it'll just slide right back onto the skin. And if you cure it like that under the UV lamp, yeah, it's gonna stay stuck, just like that. I'm using a macro lens here so you can really see up close. There's absolutely no contact with the skin, but at the same time, there's no visible gap either. That's exactly what we want. Clean, precise, and perfectly applied. After the base coat, it's time for color. And today, I'm in the mood for something a little sparkly, like I'm heading to a party. So instead of regular gel polish, I'm using a glitter gel. It gives a softer, more elegant look, and with a gel brush, I can carefully cover right under the cuticle without touching the skin, of course. There are a few important things you need to know when applying gel polish.com first. Always do 2 thin coats instead of 1 thick one. That way, each layer cures properly and your manicure lasts way longer. If you apply it too thick all at once, it won't cure evenly inside, and that's when problems start. I kind of feel like adding a little extra, so I'm gonna do some stamping on top of this glitter. It's such a cute way to make the look a bit more elegant and classy. And if you're not super confident with stamping yet, go check out the video I posted on my channel. It's a full tutorial with all the tips and fixes for the common stamping issues. I'm going with the snakeskin design in white. It's gonna match my outfit perfectly. Then I gently press the design onto the nail, nice and steady, just with my hand. Now it's time for the top coat. Once it's cured, you can relax and clean off the leftover design from the skin with a bit of cleanser. That final touch makes everything look neat and professional. And here's my golden tip, something you really don't want to skip. Take a soft hand file and gently go over the free edge of the nail. It not only gives your manicure a cleaner, more finished look, but it also helps prevent chipping and makes your work last so much longer. Finish it off with a bit of cuticle oil and some moisturizer. It makes everything look extra fresh and healthy, the perfect final touch. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.